Hey guys, it's D'Artagnan DMD, and today we'll be talking about movement in space. This is topic 1, Earth, Sun, and Moon systems, and this is 8th grade science. Here are the standards. All information is from the Elevate Science Florida book for 8th grade. And here are the important questions. What objects can you see in the night sky? Why does it look like stars in the night sky are moving? And how do the objects in the solar system move? The night sky. The first person who thought of the two questions, why do the stars look like they are moving, and what makes the moon shine, was Aryabhata I, an Indian mathematician and astronomer. He stated that the moon and planets shine because they reflect light from the sun. The most impressive part is that he came up with doing this only doing observations with his eye. Stars, planets, and the moon. Earth's moon is the most luminous and brightest and the biggest in the night sky. The moon is considered the Earth's satellite, which is a body that orbits a planet. Whereas with stars, they seem like small dots of light. A star is a huge ball of extremely hot gas or plasma that is made of hydrogen and helium. From Earth, the places of stars do not appear to change. Objects may appear to change position during nights against the background of stars. This is called a planet, which are objects that orbit the sun, is large enough to become a sphere by its own gravity, and has cleared the area of its orbit from any debris. There are 8 planets, but there used to be 9 planets until 2006, when Pluto became a dwarf planet. So the first image shows the moon, the second image shows the moon orbiting Earth, the third image shows a star, and the fourth image shows all the planets except Pluto. Meteors and comets. A meteor is a streak of light that is made when a small piece of rock or ice, which is also known as a meteoroid, burns as it gets into Earth's atmosphere. An example of a meteor is a shooting star. A comet is a cold mixture of dust and ice that grows a long trail of light as it gets closer to the sun. The farther a comet is from the sun, the more frozen it becomes. If it gets closer to the sun, the cloud that is behind the comet produces a glowing tail that is made up of hot dust and gases. Comets are less likely to be compared to meteors. The most known comet is considered to be Halley's Comet, which was documented by Edmund Halley. It appears approximately every 75 years. So the first image is an image of a meteor, the second image is an image of a meteoroid, and the third image is an image of a comet, which comets are rarer to see than meteors. Constellations. A constellation is a pattern or a group of stars that some believe represents a figure, an animal, or an object. Today, the sky is divided into 88 constellations. Some of the constellations are named after mythological creatures, such as Hercules, and Aquarius. Main characters. Here are some constellations: Aquarius and Hercules. And these are their constellations. Movement in the night sky. The actual movements and visible movements might be completely different in the night sky. The places of objects in the sky depends on the motions of Earth. Seasonal changes. Constellations and star patterns stay the same each year, but the ones that can be seen are altered each season. For example, the constellation Orion could be seen in the eastern sky in the winter, or it can be seen in the west by spring. Season changes are caused by the Earth's revolution, which is the orbit around the sun, which takes 365 days, or 1 year. Every night, the position of most stars move west. After some time, you do not see stars in the west, and they would go back to the east. And here is a diagram of the Earth's seasons. Planets. The word planet comes from a Greek word that means wanderer. Since all the planets orbit the sun while being somewhat aligned, they seem like they are moving through a narrow band in the sky. This is called the zodiac. Some of the planets are able to be seen all night long. Those planets are Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. This is because when Earth passes between them and the sun, the 3 planets appear after sunset when the sun's light does not block the view. Venus and Mercury can only be seen in the morning or evening as they are closer to the sun. And here are the 8 planets in this photo. Models of the solar system. There are 2 models of the solar system. They are the geocentric model and the heliocentric model. The geocentric model. Most of the early observers of astronomy, which included Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers, believed that Earth was the center of the solar system, with all the stars and planets revolving around it. GE, the Greek word for Earth, was included in naming of the geocentric model. In around 140 CE, Ptolemy, a Greek astronomer, further added on to Aristotle's geocentric model. In this model, the planets made epicycles or small circles as they moved along their orbital paths. This model looked like it had an explanation for the motion seen in the sky. And here's a photo of the geocentric model, Aristotle, and Ptolemy. The heliocentric model. Before Ptolemy developed his geocentric model, an ancient Greek scientist, Aristarchus, made a sun-centered model, or the heliocentric model. Helios in Greek means the sun. In this model, the Earth and other planets revolve around the sun. At first, not many people believed in it. There were 4 scientists who tried to prove the heliocentric model. The first one was Nicholas Copernicus, who proposed that Earth's rotation and revolution around the sun had an explanation for observed movements of the stars and planets. He published his work in 1543, and his revolutionized the science of astronomy. Early heliocentric models thought that planets moved in perfect circles, but more precise observations were made by Tycho Brahe. His assistant, Johannes Kepler, used those observations to understand the shape of the planet's orbits. Perfect circular orbits did not fit the observations. He saw that the orbit of each planet is an ellipse or an oval shape. And here are the heliocentric model visuals. The first one is Aristarchus. The second one is Nicholas Copernicus. The third one is Tycho Brahe. The fourth one is Johannes Kepler. And then the last one is the heliocentric model. Galileo's discovery. Galileo Galilei was an astronomer, and he held an important role in the heliocentric model. The evidence he got started to convince people in the heliocentric model. In 1610, Galileo used a telescope that he made on his own and saw moons that were orbiting Jupiter. This showed that not everything in the sky travels around Earth. He made other observations that supported Copernicus' theory that the sun was the center of the solar system. Another example is when Galileo found out that Venus goes through phases similar to Earth's moon phases. Since Venus is never too far away from the sun in the sky, it would not have a full set of phases if both Venus and the sun circle around Earth. He believed this proved the geocentric model was not true. And lastly, here are the important questions answered. What object can you see in the night sky? You can see stars, all the planets except Uranus and Neptune, unless you use a telescope, the moon, meteors, comets, and constellations. Why does it look like stars in the night sky are moving? It appears they are moving because of the Earth's rotation. Stars look like they are moving east to west throughout the night. How do objects in the solar system move? Planets in the solar system orbit the sun because of the sun's high gravitational force. It looks like they move through a narrow band in the sky or the zodiac. Constellations move in the solar system because of the Earth's revolutions or the seasonal changes. In each season, constellations are in different positions. Thank you.